You're sitting on your couch, scrolling through your phone, when your cat suddenly freezes. Its ears tilt forward, its eyes lock onto something invisible to you. The room is quiet, but to your cat, something just triggered a switch. In a split second, it lowers its body, tail twitching, muscles tightening, and then pounce. But here's the strange part. There's nothing there. So why does your calm, sleepy house cat suddenly act like a wild predator? And more importantly, what does your cat actually think it is? Hey, real quick, if you enjoy these kinds of explanations that make everyday things feel fascinating, consider subscribing and leaving a like. It really helps the channel grow. And now, let's get into it. Because here's the truth most people don't realize. Your cat isn't playing. It's practicing, and not just any behavior. It's rehearsing the exact same instincts that drive one of the most efficient killers on the planet, a tiger. This might sound exaggerated at first. After all, your cat fits in a shoebox. Tigers can weigh hundreds of kilos, but size is one of the few things separating them. Biologically, behaviorally, and even mentally, your cat is shockingly close to a miniature version of a big, wild predator. And it all starts with how cats see the world. Unlike humans, cats are not generalists. We are built to adapt, to think, to reason. Cats, on the other hand, are specialists, highly optimized machines for one purpose: hunting. That sudden pounce you saw, it wasn't random. It followed a very precise sequence, one that scientists call the predatory motor pattern. First, there's detection, then stalking, then the chase, then the capture. And here's what surprises most people. Your cat will go through this entire sequence even if there's nothing to catch. Because for a predator, the behavior itself is the reward. That's why your cat chases laser pointers, attacks your feet under the blanket, or stares at a wall like it's hiding secrets. It's not bored, it's wired. And this wiring is ancient. Millions of years ago, the ancestors of modern cats developed a hunting strategy based on patience and precision rather than endurance. Unlike wolves or humans who chase prey over long distances, cats evolved to wait, observe, and strike with perfect timing. That's why your cat can sit still for minutes, sometimes hours, doing absolutely nothing. At least that's what it looks like. But internally, it's calculating. Every tiny movement, every sound, every flicker of light. This is where most people get confused. We tend to think of cats as lazy, but in reality, they are conserving energy for moments that matter. Because in the wild, every failed hunt costs energy, and too many failures mean death. So evolution shaped cats into creatures that don't waste effort. When your cat suddenly explodes into motion, what you're seeing is the result of all that stored energy being released in a single efficient action, just like a tiger hiding in tall grass before launching at its prey. And it goes even deeper than behavior. Look at your cat's body. The forward-facing eyes for depth perception, the retractable claws designed to stay sharp, the flexible spine that allows explosive speed. These aren't features of a pet, they're features of a predator. Even the way your cat walks, placing their back paws almost exactly where the front paws stepped, is a silent tracking technique used by big cats in the wild. So when your cat moves through your house, it's not just walking, it's stalking. And here's the unsettling part. Your home, to your cat, it's not a safe, cozy environment. It's a territory, a hunting ground. Every corner, every shadow, every piece of furniture is part of a mental map filled with potential prey routes and ambush points. That cardboard box in your living room? To you, it's clutter. To your cat, it's cover. And this is just the surface of what's going on, because the biggest similarity between your cat and a tiger isn't just how they move, it's how they think. And once you understand that, you'll never look at your cat the same way.
Now here's where things get even more interesting. Because if your cat shares the instincts of a tiger, why doesn't it actually behave like one all the time? Why isn't your house constantly in chaos? The answer reveals something most people completely overlook. Your cat isn't less dangerous, it's just contained. In the wild, a tiger's life revolves around survival. Every decision it makes is tied to finding food, avoiding threats, and protecting its territory. Your cat still has those same instincts, but it doesn't have the same consequences. Food appears magically in a bowl. There are no real predators. The environment is controlled. So what happens when a highly specialized predator is placed in a world where it doesn't need to hunt? It adapts, but not by removing its instincts, by redirecting them. That's why your cat hunts toys, attacks shadows, or suddenly sprints across the house at 3 a.m. It's not random behavior, it's displaced hunting energy. This is where most people get confused. They think their cat is being weird. But from the cat's perspective, it's doing exactly what it was designed to do. The only difference is the target. And sometimes that target is you. Not in a dangerous way, but in a playful, instinct-driven way. When your cat grabs your hand, bites gently, and kicks with its back legs, that's not affection. That's a scaled-down version of how it would subdue prey. It's practicing control, testing reflexes, refining timing, all in a safe environment. And here's what surprises most people. Even the way your cat sleeps is connected to its inner predator. Cats sleep a lot, sometimes up to 16 hours a day. But this isn't laziness, it's strategy. In the wild, big cats alternate between intense bursts of activity and long periods of rest. This allows them to recover energy for the next hunt. Your cat follows the same pattern: sleep, observe, act, over and over again. And then there's the eyes. If you've ever noticed your cat staring at you without blinking, there's a reason it feels a little unsettling. That fixed gaze, it's the same focus a tiger uses before it attacks. Not because your cat sees you as prey, but because its brain processes movement and attention in that same predatory framework. Everything is evaluated. Everything is tracked. Even you. And yet, despite all of this, your cat chooses not to harm you, which brings us to the most important difference of all. Domestication didn't erase your cat's instincts, but it did reshape its relationships. Your cat doesn't see you as an owner in the way a dog might. It sees you as part of its environment, part of its territory, and in a strange way, part of its social group. That's why your cat brings you gifts, rubs against you, or sleeps near you. Not because it's submissive, but because in its world, you belong there. And once you understand this, everything starts to make sense. The sudden attacks, the quiet observing, the bursts of energy, the long naps. It's not random, it's not meaningless, it's the behavior of a predator living in a world where it no longer needs to survive, but hasn't forgotten how. So the next time your cat stares into nothing or pounces on something you can't see, remember this: you're not just living with a pet, you're living with a perfectly designed hunter, a tiny, silent, highly efficient version of something much bigger. And understanding that doesn't make your cat scary, it makes it fascinating. If you enjoyed this, leave a like, share this with someone who has a cat, and don't forget to subscribe for more explanations like this. Because sometimes the simplest things hide the most misunderstood truths.